Welcome to the Four Winds Beer Club, September 2025, just at the tail end of September here and the end of the summer. And we're getting back to the basics. Brent and I doing it together as we did it at the very beginning. At the end of the summer, it's always a bit of a scramble to kind of get everything dialed in and play a little bit of catch up. And so our team is busy at work and couldn't afford to take a few hours off. So Brent and I are here.
Here we are.
To taste some beer with everybody, and we're excited to dive into this box.
Jump right in there.
See what we got today. We want to thank everybody for coming along on this journey with us and continuing to order the Beer Club boxes. It's fun for us to put it together, and we hope it's as fun for you to taste them. So,
Nice.
Thank you very much.
We'll try to whip and pull these out, but here's the beer feature. There's 3 different beer features that we got this time because we bottled up some Nectarous that we had for Nectarous Day back in, can't remember. But yeah, this one here is cucumber mint. We did really small scale batches for some exclusive stuff, and we thought it'd be cool to have it for this box. So cucumber mint is one of them. Oh, here's the merch out of this box, which is a pretty rad glass.
Custom Beer Club beer stein, and we put this box in the fridge, and these sort of like food grade, check that, peanuts are sticking to the glass.
So this glass is a glass that I've admired for a long time. We've never actually used it, but it's called a Kaiser, and I think they come in 1 liter size too, or is it just this?
Well, I think they do come in 1 liter, so
this is a half liter. They're made in Germany. Beautiful glass, and commemorative Four Winds Beer Club 2025 on there.
We hope you like that.
You guys enjoy that. The beer I pulled out, which is this beautiful painting, and those who've been to Beach House, this is on the back wall. It's an Andy Dixon painting.
It's called Four Winds 2024, custom painting.
That's what the painting's called?
That's what it's called,
Nice.
yeah. It says it on the back, actually.
Sweet. So it's a bark ship from the Age of Sail, depicted in Boundary Bay with Mount Baker in the background. If you've had the opportunity to be down there and check it out, it's a beautiful painting. And if you haven't been down there, one more reason to come join us. So this is the first beer we're going to taste today, which is our 1-year anniversary at Beach House. We'll put that aside for now.
And so when we started thinking about the art and decor for the Beach House, we knew we wanted to have a custom Andy Dixon painting as the main feature, and we kind of purposely left the whole Beach House to be really like a neutral kind of natural color palette, so that painting could really pop and stand out, and I think that it does just that.
So I pulled out this new looking can, Four Winds Hazy Pale. It also says something in small print there. It says Tumbo. This is the first beer we've kind of graduated from Beach House to full production at our River Road location. We're going to taste that a little bit later, but it's something we're super stoked about.
And a little note on that design. So I mean, most of you can probably tell that that can there is a nod to like our original branding, and the first sort of flagship beers that we came out with, like our IPA, our Saison, our Pale Ale, our Pilsner, and our Porter. We're done with this aesthetic. We've modified it to kind of update it, modernize it a little bit, and added a bit more white around the edges, slanted the banner, changed a little bit of the proportions, but we really wanted to keep that original brand of ours intact. And we felt like over the years we were coming out with all kinds of different designs and different brands and things like that, so we were losing a little bit of that original brand intent, and so we felt like we wanted to bring that back into the fold, and we've done that with these. So our core beers, we call them core or flagship beers, meaning the beers that we have year round that make up the largest part of our portfolio, will all be branded in this new design. So that's something like our Four Winds IPA. Our Half Cold Pilsner is moving into that. Even Nectarous may find its way in there. But yeah, so anyways, that's just a little note on that. Trying to create a little bit more continuity and focus on that flagship Four Winds brand, and then still keep things really fun and exciting with all the limiteds and seasonal releases that we do. And yeah, so we're moving on. Brent, which beer?
We're cracking the 1 year IPA. So other than this beautiful artwork on here, this is a little bit of a collaboration with Yakima Chief Hops, one of our hop suppliers. And so this was kind of like a diversion of our traditional like hazy IPA we normally brew. So we're brewing like balanced IPAs in my mind, not too sweet, still has a little bit of bitterness to it. And this was kind of in a little bit of the trend of the modern hazy, which is like almost no bitterness. There's some sweetness, really thick body, and just like pure hop flavor, almost like hop juice. So yeah, we use a couple different products from Yakima Chief. I'm just gonna dig right into it before I talk about all that stuff. Really
Cheers,
beautiful. Cheers. Really beautiful aroma. Like tropical, melon. Just a touch of strawberries coming on it.
Yeah, I get that too. But you're right, there's not a lot of bitterness, but to me it's a unique IPA for us. Like we haven't really struck this chord too often. It's kind of got an interesting balance to it.
Definitely. Yeah, so we normally, like for those who dig into the numbers, like we usually let our designer regular hazies to dry out a little more than typical, so they finish in like the high 2 range, and this one I think is in the high 4s, which means there's a lot more residual sugar, which balances the bitterness, but we actually reduced our bitterness on top of that. And we hit it with a ton of like interesting hop products. We did have some some pelletized hops in here, but in the kettle was just a liquid extract called Dino Boost, and it was Crush, which is a new hop variety. And then in the fermenter, pre-fermentation, we added Hyper Boost, which is like a crazy product that was the first time using it. So even before fermentation, we were dry hopping the beer. So from hot side to cold fermentation, we had no actual pellets in the beer. And then when we went to dry hop, we dry hopped it with pellets with Simcoe at 07. But yeah, turned out really cool.
It did, yeah.
It's really soft. I guess that's like a really nice way to describe it for an IPA. Pillowy.
This beer had a what I sort of remember is a pretty special moment with this beer. Actually, it was our 1 year anniversary. Obviously, this is our 1 year anniversary beer, and I was on the patio with my wife and family and sister. You were away for something? I think you were away.
I was on holiday, yeah.
And it was just a beautiful sunny day, August 9th, and the place with the beach house was just packed. And I was sitting in the corner there and just having a few of these and just really enjoying it, and just observing everybody enjoying the space and just the patio and what we built, and reflected on how many years it took us to bring that to fruition, and to finally be a year in and to kind of feel like we have our feet under ourselves again. And man, it was a journey getting there, and it was a moment that I got to reflect on that, and this beer was just so delicious. I had about 2 or 3 or maybe 4 in one sitting.
Cheers to 1 year.
1 year at the beach house.
Good beer, good food, and great vibes. It's been a wild first year, but it's been a lot of success.
We learned a lot.
A lot of learnings too.
Yeah. But it's been fun. We wouldn't do it if it weren't for the passion and the desire to contribute to the community in that way.
Yeah, what do you think was like the most challenging thing in the first year?
I mean, there was a million challenging things. I think, we're still have challenges, but I think the biggest eye-opening thing for me, because I didn't come from a restaurant world, was realizing, so we'd see 600 or 700 people come through the door in a day, or sometimes more in the summer, and just realizing how much work it goes into serving that many people in one day, and just how much preparation, how much labor, and how much hard work goes into serving that many people, and trying to execute it consistently and with poise and being very welcoming while you're at it. But I think that kind of opened my mind up to, holy smokes, we have to do this day in, day in and day out from here on out. And it was kind of an amazing eye-opener for me. So that was the biggest learning moment. And the biggest challenge? I don't know. I think that we're still going through challenges, so we're still working through understanding how to really efficiently manage the costs and that side of the business, which is, not the most fun part of the business, but that's the ongoing challenge. But I think just really the responsibility is like for showing up and being vulnerable and open to the community, and just having that responsibility to really open your doors and be like, okay, we're doing everything we can to provide the best experience possible. Having that responsibility has been something that's quite an interesting thing to fold into your life, you know?
Sure.
Yeah.
Neighbors talking to you about being down there and their great experiences, and then this little thing that they didn't enjoy, but somehow it sticks with them. It's a little challenging sometimes,
It
but
can be.
Mostly it's positive.
Absolutely, yeah. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think for the brewing side, I think we're still managing it as well, trying to figure out and maximize, but the seasonality.
Yeah.
We got a big patio, and summer it's just cooking the whole time, and then this time of year, September, October, last year we obviously saw it for the first time where we just see a bit of a dip because we lose a decent amount of seats due to the patio not being functional, and adjusting our beer production for how many consumers are on site. So it's unique, but we'll figure it out and get better every year.
Absolutely, yeah.
But it's been a lot of fun. And we
Yeah.
brewed some amazing beers out of there in 1 year, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Some great cider and some other products too.
So I think our idea is to use this painting in some way to signify our anniversary beer ongoing, but in a new way maybe next year. That's kind of an interesting idea.
Cool.
Yeah, I like it. I like this beer a lot. It's easy drinking, but it's interesting enough to keep you engaged.
Yeah. No, I think that's great too.
And it's still tasting really, really nice. When did we package it?
It wasn't too long ago. It was August 4th or something like that.
Oh, I guess that's not too long ago.
Yeah, it still tastes fresh. Yeah, it's really cool.
Nice.
So yeah, we're shifting into the fall season at Beach House. So for those who've been there, we're working on, I think, some new menu items. So maybe in the next month or so, we're going to roll out some new menu items. But also beers are always changing there, and we're always doing collabs. So we'll taste a collab or a couple collabs in a little bit. But coming up out of there in about 2 weeks is the return of Nectarous. I think we tasted Nectarous last year in one of the boxes, but Nectarous are like dry Irish stout brewed with oysters. So oysters are a big part of our food program at Beach House, and we got the team to save a lot of the oyster lids, and we bought some oysters specifically for the brew. So kind of a traditional dry Irish stout, kind of in the vein of Guinness, maybe a little more bitter, and we hit it with the oyster shells like right at the end of boil. So we get a little bit of salinity, a little bit of like calcium from the shells, and yeah, it's just a beautiful beer. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, it doesn't taste like you get, like you said, a little salinity on that, but you don't taste like the sea that much. Like it's just a nice subtleness.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's great. It's a lovely beer. Yeah, and then so the 1 year IPA kind of kicked off our thought process on talking about the Beach House. But what were some of the highlights of the main production brewery this summer? Would you say, what products did you really see stand out?
One we're going to try in a little bit, a couple beers from now, is Coastal Celebration, the collab with Driftwood. That was really cool. First time we've done a West Coast Pilsner, which was awesome. Super fun to brew with them and try a new style. Yeah. And we'll talk about it a little bit, we use some cool local malt with that. Other than that, we did the Nectarous Day, which was fun to make 8 different Nectarous beers,
that worked out really
pretty unique. A lot of interesting ideas, a lot of fun there. And then these kind of terpene weed beers.
Yeah.
Most recently, Super Lemon Haze, which is in the box. We're not going to taste it today, but it's pretty cool. And then previously we had Purple Haze. Yeah. And then coming up, actually packaging it this week we're bringing Blue Dream back, which we think Blue Dream is the best version of these beers, so that might become a more regular occurrence throughout the year.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, well, let's dip into the next one because Adam and I are feeling a little thirsty.
That's right. Which one are we going for?
Up next is Sous Le Vent. So,
what does Sous Le Vent mean?
Do
you know? I can't remember. I did
something in
know.
the wind. I
I
forget.
did know.
Yeah. It's Celine Dion song.
Is it really?
Yeah. And so,
as soon as you cracked that, I felt like I was going to hear her sing.
Oh, I wish. So yeah, this is a collaboration with Brasserie Mellön or Mellön Brasserie in Montreal. Jules, who was our head brewer for Four Winds, was from France, but he spent a good amount of time in Montreal brewing, and Alex, who is the brewer and owner of Mellön Brasserie, good friends with Jules, and last year Jules and Jared, our production manager, made a trip out to Montreal and brewed this same beer at Mellön, and then we asked if we could brew it here. We would love for them to join us, but Alex is a new dad, so he wasn't able to make it, but we brewed this in honor of them in spirit, and the concept is a French Pilsner, so we're using French malt. It's kind of like a German Pilsner, but with French malt and French hops, and in this one we use Aramis. Aramis, I think is how you pronounce it. Aramis. But it's such a lovely, delicate, balanced beer. We also, this is the first time we did this, we introduced an adjunct to a lager called chit malt. So essentially it's like it's like a malt that is like kind of not of the great, like the barley is like not great, but they malt it anyway, so it has like a higher protein content, less potential extract, but it really adds foam structure and a little bit of body. So yeah, there's chit malt in this, which we really like, and we've been using it a lot since then. So Aramis has like a bit of a lemony pepper kind of thing going on.
Yeah. It's such like a clean, like refined kind of feeling, like Pilsner.
Yeah.
It's bright.
Very bright, yeah. Yeah, good, like, the bitterness is coming across so, like, cleanly?
Yeah.
Like you said, like, yeah.
It's really nice. It's been very popular too at the beach house. And this is just tasting as good as ever. It's July 14th. Nice.
Yeah, so it's really cool.
Yeah, so we taste any like oxidation or anything negative at all.
No. Beautiful, like bread crust. Nice wisp of lemon.
Yeah, I get that.
So yeah, for those who like have been to Beach House or follow us closely, we actually take a lot of pride in inviting some of our peers and friends and brewers we admire to come brew with us, and most of the time everyone comes on site and we have a great time brewing beer. We try to take a little side trip down to the beach and have a dip no matter what time of year, like just get in the water and have fun, which is really cool. But the other collaboration beer that we have in the box is from Blind Man in Macomb, Alberta. Excuse me. So that one was interesting too. We've been friends with Blind Man for a long time, and Hans, who's owner there, him and I are good friends, and we wanted to make like a really easy drinking Belgian style beer, which isn't like that in vogue at all, but really fuck it, let's just give it a go. So the idea was we were going to brew it and they were going to brew it on the same day, the same recipe at both breweries, and then we'll just swap. We send them some cans, they send us some cans, and it was pretty amazing. They almost taste exactly the same.
That's very cool.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
Nice little table beer. Hope you guys enjoy that one.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean I'm sure most of you know, but really the big picture concept between the two breweries, the Beach House and our production brewery here on River Road, is that River Road is more geared up for larger volume and more of a production brewery, and we're distributing all throughout Western Canada now. Really, I mean, still predominantly in BC, like 95% BC, but it's best utilized in that way. And so the Beach House allows us to do small batch, kind of like our pilot batch system, more innovative, different expressions of different styles and things like that. And so we can do all kinds of like small batch beers. It's like lower risk, really. Like you can kind of get more experimental because it's a smaller batch, and so that kind of suits really what we're trying to do. And so all kinds of small, interesting batch beers will come out of the Beach House, and then the brewery here will focus on the core and offerings in the larger volume beers that we distribute throughout the province, while still maintaining lots of different limiteds and one-offs as well. But yeah. And like Brent said earlier, if a beer really hits at the Beach House, like Tumbo did, then we'll scale it up and we'll bring it into the fold here at the brewery and offer it for distribution throughout the province.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think back on all the collaborations we did at Beach House in our first year.
Quite a few, right?
Yeah, like
I don't know, 8?
Yeah.
No, not that many.
Yeah, maybe 8, which it's really cool. I think we'll probably try to do maybe one every other month moving forward, so we're not too bogged down with those sort of things.
Yeah. Is it more fun to brew at the Beach House? Like, there's pros and cons to both. Actually, you recently brewed here at Road for the first time in a while. Actually brewing, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good question. I think like Beach House, it's interesting when you go to like scale in brewing. It's always the same amount of work, but like one system to the next, you can be doing 8 hours brew. Yeah, and it's fun. It's a lot of work, but at the end of the day, you're making 1,000 liters of beer. Yeah. Or you're in another facility where it might actually not be any harder. It might be easier because you have some automation. You're making 10,000 liters. Yeah. So both are fun. Like the brew house here is obviously near and dear to me as it's the OG. Yeah. And brewing on it just evokes nostalgic memories of solo brewing on there, and so it's amazing.
Was it fun to get back on the tools?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, man. Yeah.
The team was down in Yakima doing some hop selection and research, and so for the first time in a while, Brent had the guys go down there, and then Brent stayed back here and did some brewing, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I miss Yakima, but lots happening all the time, so I decided to let the team go sniff some hops and make some decisions, which I think they had a great time.
Yeah, I think they learned a lot.
Yeah, but it was great to be on the brew house for a little bit.
Yeah,
and then brewing at Beach House is it's super fun because it's like a tiny little system and it's beautiful, and there's some automation, and the view from the brew deck is like farmland and like a small community. They're both unique in their own way, but really cool. Really cool.
Yeah.
So, what kind of collabs do you think we should aim for at Beach House in the year to come?
I think it makes sense to continue to work with like unique breweries from around the country or outside the country. I don't have any in mind really, but I think it's fun to do ones that are outside of our kind of like lower mainland-ish. I think it's kind of exciting we should do both. Yeah. But I really like something like this where
how many people in Tawasin know about
exactly, and so that's an interesting thing, and I think it's like you can't find their beers anywhere, and so there's a unique thing there. I like that concept, but I don't know, I haven't really thought about who or what we should do. I think for the Beach House it makes sense to brew with like people who are really into beer, and for River Road obviously the same thing, but on a bigger scale, and it's like more about like brands like coming together and things like that.
Yeah, there's definitely some.
Yeah, there's some potential for going outside of beer at River Road, I would say, and have some fun things with, like, I don't know, a clothing company or like a, anything.
A rapper.
A rapper, yeah. Or something like that. A band, musician, rapper, clothing company, a show, like, I don't know, just, whereas the Beach House is more about small batch innovation, it's about the beer, and so I think that makes sense to keep it as brewery.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
On the topic of collabs, we're in the middle of a pretty major collab project here at River Road.
Mm-hmm.
It's September, end of September, but in like within 2 weeks, I think it'll be out.
Yeah, mid October, third week of October. Yeah.
We have a project. So some of you who've been following along for years probably remember in early 2020. Most people don't remember that time for good reason, but we did a project that we released called Pills Pack. It was a collaboration with, it was an 8-pack collaboration with 4 different breweries.
Mm-hmm.
It was Superflux, Fernie, House of Funk, and Daggerad. And so we made 4 different Pilsners with these guys, pretty unique beers, and we packed them into a 8-pack of 355 milliliter beers. And it was great success. Like, it was first time I think the general public had seen like a big lager project like that hit, and it was awesome. All the beers were really good, and it sold really well. I think COVID played a role in everyone just staying home and drinking a lot of beer, but
It was an exciting thing for that time. Yeah.
It sold really well. And the next year we followed it up with the same theme, but we called some of our friends in Ontario to join. The next one was with Tooth and Nail. No, it's not Tooth and Nail, is it? That's the name of it. Yeah, Tooth and Nail.
Yeah.
Tooth and Nail,
Burdock,
Godspeed, and Bellwoods,
yeah.
which was awesome. So the beers were fantastic.
Yeah.
And so we took a break from that for 3 years, and we gave it a go again this end of summer. So coming out in 2 weeks, we got Pills Pack Volume 3, and we kind of went to different regions in Canada this time. So we asked our friends at Tofino Brewing to join us. So we made we'll spill the beans here. You guys will see it soon. But we made an oyster pills with Tofino Brewing, which is tasting really cool. And we invited Godspeed back. We made a smoked Hellas with Godspeed. Luke at Godspeed is like a master of smoked beers, so it was really cool to make a smoked lager.
He's one of the lager gods in general.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. And then we didn't have really a relationship, but we kind of cold called, and they were down with it. Is Dudu Ciel, which is like one of the biggest inspirations to us, one of the icons of Canadian craft beer, and they were really, really into it, and it was great to work with them. And
But ultimately, it's an homage to that experience that we all enjoy. I mean, at least we grew up going on that ferry back and forth to the island many times, and so yeah, it's something that we're trying to celebrate. And Coastal Celebration it turned out to be a great name, and sort of the ferry's the mascot for the beer. We're a little worried that maybe BC Ferries would not like that, but it turns out they really liked it.
yeah,
They loved it, yeah. So we're actually talking to them about it, and they thought it was really cool. So
nice. That's cool to hear.
yeah.
A little bit about the beer, like discussing with Driftwood, and they make a lot of beer. They're a larger scale than we are, and they're really proud of their island roots, and they wanted to do something with their local maltster in Saanich, which is Field 5.
Yeah.
And we've never used their barley or their malt, and we were excited to do that. So we designed the beer with Field 5's Pilsner, and it's the first time using that, and the Pilsner turned out so nice. The malt was so beautiful, really great. And this beer is kind of like a classic West Coast IPA hopping. Centennial, Cascade, and Simcoe. I think we maybe had a touch of Mosaic in there. Can't remember right now. But yeah, really nice. Aromatically, definitely Simcoe coming through. A little bit of pininess, a little bit of tropical.
It does have a decent bitterness. You do get like the properties of like a classic West Coast beer, but it's super like clean and you know, light bodied.
Yeah. Yeah, the interesting thing about this style, and like I think it's an amazing style, the two like combinations of like a German lager or a German Pilsner and West Coast IPA seem like a match made in heaven, and like squeaky seat here. Interesting that like a lot of Southern California brewers are like making West Coast IPAs with this lager strain. Like the 3470, like the traditional lager strain, which like I know some breweries up here that are doing it too. So like it leaves like such a clean, malty, like simple beer for hops to shine through, and it actually works really well. So yeah, what's the difference between like a West Coast Pilsner and a West Coast IPA these days?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Maybe one's 7% and one's 5%, but
and just slightly different malt bill.
yeah, maybe. But there's some huge similarities.
Like an old school West Coast IPA would definitely be more malty than this.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But a modern West Coast IPA.
Yeah, the modern West Coast IPA is zero crystal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting how it evolved.
Yeah.
But this is such a lovely beer to drink. It's like
yeah.
it's so easy drinking. Really wants you to drink more. Tasty but easy. Loves it.
It's a true coastal celebration. No, I like it. It's gone over really well. Everyone that was involved in it is very happy with it.
Yeah.
And I love the design of the can too.
Yeah, the can looks rad.
Might be something we have to do again.
Yeah, for sure. T-shirts.
Yeah, t-shirts would be great. One funny fact is that you know, it's for people that are very familiar with the ferries. I point out that this is actually a spirit ferry, not coastal celebration. So
Nice.
you got that wrong. Maybe on purpose. We're trying to confuse people. I don't know.
So it's the spirit ferry is like
It's a spirit class of ferry, I think
Yeah.
that's like their big ferries, like the super ferries or whatever. And the coastal celebration, I think, is the one with the most roots that
Gotcha.
are their most kind of classic ferry.
I love that. It's not even the right
It's
ferry.
not even the right ferry. What do you mean? We weren't trying to copy anything, guys. It's just a boat.
Yeah, this logo on the side and on the smokestacks, that's just coincidental.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, so back to like having the opportunity to brew at Driftwood. I know before we opened Four Winds, like our analog was Driftwood.
Yeah.
We were just like Greg, our dad, was like, this is the brewery that we want to try to be like.
Yeah.
Because one, they're making amazing beers. Two, their quality is through the roof, and they have a good spirit about it. Their branding was great.
Yeah.
And they weren't cutting corners, and they were just.
And they had a real cool West Coast feel, like the Driftwood, that whole kind of vibe. And I don't know, there was something. We would go to the island often, and on our way to Tofino, and sometimes we would go that route or whatever. But I remember we'd pick up a whole bunch of Driftwood beer and just enjoy it the whole time.
Yeah. Huge inspiration. So it was such an honor to brew this beer with them and have them join us, and then to be equally as stoked for a brewery. Driftwood's been around for
15 or so?
20, maybe closer to 20.
Yeah, I don't know. What year did that? That's a good question. I want to say.
I think they're maybe 16, 17 years old, so they're at least 5 years older than us. And we're 12. Yeah, they
Are
might
they pre-2010? Yeah, I guess so. 2008 8 or 9 probably?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe in 2006.
6, I think? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, now I can't
might be
remember.
knocking on 20's door.
Yeah. Crazy.
But to connect with them, and we have some friends there and contacts, and just to we were like, hey, we'd love to make a beer with you guys.
Yeah.
And then to be like, we'd love to make a beer with you too. And they don't do a lot of collabs in their
They don't do any, really.
nearly 20 years of existence. I think this is their first in Canada. They've done a couple international, but it's the first one in Canada. So Wow. And
It was, yeah. I remember that. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I remember the moment that we were having a production meeting where we were talking about the schedule for 2025. This is like late 2024,
yeah.
and we were just trying to think. We were thinking about our year coming up and what our goals were for for production and for collabs and things like that. And we started talking about like, okay, well, we've done a lot of collabs. We've done all kinds of collabs. What would be like our dream? Like, who do we really want to collab with? And like, we're just Driftwood. It just came up like, yeah. Okay. We're like, all right, well, let's reach out because and it did, it came. That's funny that well, not funny, but the fact that they were interested and loved the idea so much right away was a big honor.
Yeah, and cool. And we went old school with the collab. They brought like 20 of their team members out.
Yeah,
and we had a party. And
it was great.
Back in the early days when we first started, anytime we did a collab, it was like the whole team was just hanging out. It's not the same anymore because we're busy.
Yeah,
but
everyone's busy and the resources are a little bit different. And
yeah. But it was really cool to spend some time with the Driftwood crew.
Yeah, it was great. It was awesome to get to know them a little bit better and make an amazing beer.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, what's next?
We're jumping into the first beer to graduate from Beach House High. Yeah, so I know we've fairly certain we've done Tumbo in the beer box.
I'm sure we have.
But I'm not 100% certain.
I'm sure we have, yeah.
But for those who haven't tried it, Tumbo, which is a core beer at Beach House, is classic or modern hazy pale. Is one of the designs that was kind of in the back of my mind for a long time. And when we opened Beach House, we got to put it into reality, and it turned out really well. And we've refined it over the few batches that we have brewed it. But outside of our lager production at Beach House, it's definitely the one that we're brewing the most and almost has the most fanfare in the wholesale world. Selling lots of cans to local liquor stores and other liquor stores and some still a little bit back.
Please do.
Some draft accounts around, but so we thought this would be a perfect beer to add to our business's full-time lineup, as we don't really have a full-time hazy, and beer is just such a lovely, easy drinking, really full flavored, 5%, 5.5% pale ale.
Certainly, Tumbo is certainly the one I gravitate to and drink the most when I'm at the Beach House.
So going from so it's interesting when we started like essentially a new brewery at Beach House.
Yeah,
we had a concept of dozen beers, maybe it was a little less. So we had concepts and flavor profiles, and then we had these three like hero words. What do we call it?
Descriptive.
Three descriptive words, and that's kind of like.
If you could describe this beer in 3 words, what would it be?
Yeah. So we went with creamy, white cake, and peach, and those are descriptions that we had down before the beer was even made.
I've never even heard anyone really talk about white cake before you said that, but it makes sense.
Angel food cake is essentially
that's what comes to mind.
But you're not gonna write angel food cake on a can.
Yeah.
But yeah. So we put the recipe together.
I can taste it.
Yeah, I know. Angel food cake is that.
There's a bit of coconut on this one too. Yeah.
There is coconut.
More on this batch than Beach House.
Yeah, it's interesting because, so we'll get into that in a second, but we modified the recipe a little bit to bring it to scale at our full scale facility.
Yeah.
But 1019, which is an experimental hop that we knew was going to be in production because it was a few years in the experimental range. They just recently named it Dulcita, so that's the star here. But that's peach ring, a little bit of candy. But yeah, it's also giving off this coconut. But we use another hop in the OG Tumbo called Talus, which we thought was given the coconut. But the coconut's definitely, we don't use Talus in this one. But the coconut's definitely coming from 1019 or Dulcita.
It's nice. I like it a lot. It's great. And it's been well received so far.
Nice.
Yeah.
It is interesting how peachy it is, like almost like classic peach ring, like the chewy peach ring, or like peach juice from like that juice dispenser, like the concession stand,
or like you know that like those like when we were a kid, you had those like dipstick type candies.
Fun dip
or whatever. There's kind of something
fun, like peach fun dip.
Yeah, peach, something like that.
Oh, that's cool.
Something there.
Yes, it's really like
the main difference. There is a little bit of hop character difference, but the mouth feels a little different from Beach House.
Yeah.
In terms of like, I don't know, there's like a viscosity difference or
it's
something.
definitely
like
lighter. Yeah. So first go, we went from 15 hectoliter batches at Beach House to 100 hectoliter batches at River Road. Definitely like really different fermentation dynamics, hydrostatic pressure, brew house. So it's a little drier than we would want.
Yeah.
But ultimately pretty good success.
Very good. Yeah. I like it a lot.
Next batch is coming up and to be brewed in a few weeks, and we've made some adjustments. So we're gonna dial in a little bit, but
nice.
Ultimately I think it's lovely.
I do too. Yeah, I agree. It's very nice.
And yeah, we've done a few hazy pales over the years.
Yep. Never really found the right. Actually, there's been a couple that have been really good.
There's a one we did like 3 years ago. It was like
Whirlwind.
Yeah. I don't even remember what it tasted like, but we gave it a go, but we didn't really follow up with it. It was just like a one-time thing.
Yeah.
And then
I feel like this fits our core lineup of products really well because we have several IPAs, and we have a few pales, but we don't have anything hazy that's here to stay. Like we always have something hazy, kind of, but it's like rotating.
Yeah.
But this is like, I think this is great in terms for great addition to our core lineup for sure.
Yeah, I feel the same. And Tumbo, if anyone's wondering where that name comes from, is an island off of Saturna, but it's the closest island.
Like as the crow flies?
As the crow flies to Boundary Bay.
But it's in the American side, right?
No,
No?
it's Canada. Yeah. It's right next to Cabbage.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's a reserve. I don't think you can camp on it.
Okay. Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. I think if you're on the southeast point of Saturna, it's like you can like swim to it maybe.
Okay.
Maybe not that close, but it's close.
I've never been to Saturna, I don't think.
Been Cabbage though, eh?
I've been to Cabbage. I got in trouble there when I was a teenager.
A lot of amazing islands around there. And it's crazy, like Boundary Bay, Tawasin is like,
Yeah.
not quite a rowboat, but almost a rowboat away.
Yeah. I mean, we're definitely like growing up in Tawasin and this being our home. We're definitely inspired by the Gulf Islands and the San Juans and just that whole kind of like, I don't know, just all.
It's like a microculture and climate and
It's like
history.
it's paradise that's
Yeah.
like 30 kilometers away. Right? It's really beautiful. We love it, and we grew up on boats and on the water, and our grandpa lived on Tawasin Beach, and so we always had access to the islands via the beach and the boats and things like that, and so it's a big inspiration for us, I think, and it's definitely tied into like our ethos, our brand, our nautical theme, and I think we want to we've been talking about how to really like shine a light on that even more. And Brent's recently taken up more interest in sailing. We grew up sailing, but it's been a long time, and Brent's gotten back into it.
Yeah,
So you took a couple courses recently, and that's been pretty fun.
pretty great.
Yeah.
It's really a dream come true getting into sailboat and just
Yeah.
riding the wind.
Nice. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really fun.
All right, well, are we on to the last beer?
Yeah, what is the last one?
We're moving through them quickly, so we appreciate you coming along for on this ride with us. But that's how we do it.
All right, last one on the docket is the one that's a party in a can. Talk about hitting the islands, the tropical islands.
Yeah.
Mango. So, for those who, this is the third time we brewed Mango. We brewed it last summer, 2024, and we brought it back for the Nectar pack, and it's done really well. And it's such a punch to the face of mango flavor that we're like, let's give it a go for August. And so
We keep bringing it back because people seem to want it.
this is the most juice-like beer I think we've ever made, though.
Yeah, even the foam has got juice. Huge.
It looks like it's a juice foam.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so odd. So why is it mango? Because it has mango in it, and then it has mango terpenes in it. So we use for 50 hectoliter batch, we use 600 liters of mango puree.
And that's the acidity in the puree is why there can be no head retention.
Yeah, it looks like we're drinking Pog or something here. And then we go at it again with some mango derived terpenes, which just like increases the aromatic and flavor, and it smells like candy.
Yeah, it's nice. We've never done a beer that the head was dissipated so rapidly.
Tastes like candy.
That's the style.
Yeah.
It's juice.
Really, really nice though.
It is nice. Yeah, it's hard to believe that's beer.
Yeah.
How was that beer?
It's interesting thinking about Nectarous as a beer and the style. When we first brewed Nectarous, I remember having the conversation being like, how is this beer?
Yeah.
And it's evolved to this now, which is still beer, but it's very fruity.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. Tasting notes consist of mango.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good.
It was definitely the one that got the most feedback out of the pack, out of the Nectar pack. And,
and for like draft and our events that we launched with the Nectar pack, it was the one that would sell out the fastest.
Yep. I think people like the double mango and ham too. I don't know, it's just fun.
Mango. Yeah, for sure. So I'm just trying to rack my brain about the mystery Nectarous. So everyone got one bottle of mystery Nectarous, but there's 3 different versions.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to think. So there's the cucumber mint, there was the wild Nectarous. So we fermented Nectarous in a barrel with wild yeast and dry hopped it. That one was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last one was, it wasn't the blueberry banana one or whatever that was. There was another one. Mellön? No.
Was there a Mellön? Yeah, there might have been. I can't
The
remember.
cucumber was another one. Yeah, I can't remember.
So I guess what you're saying is that these batches were such small batches that we...
It's actually going to be on here.
Is it?
Yeah. Oh, it says rare. Check the label.
These batches were such small batches that we only had enough to bottle, I don't know, 20 or 30 extra from each batch. And so we could only, we had to split it up. So not everybody got the same mystery Nectarous.
Yeah, it was 200 liter batches.
Yeah.
And so we had some extra that weren't going to account, so we bottled that for this.
Yeah.
I can't remember the third one.
No, I can't remember either.
Bothered me.
Yeah. But it was fun. It was great. And we were going to bring the Nectar pack back again, I believe, and make it a yearly thing.
Definitely will.
Yeah. And we'll do different flavor varieties.
Yeah.
Feel free to reach out to us and let us know what Nectarous
Variations.
yeah, you'd like us to see, dude.
Yeah,
We're
we're open to ideas.
Mhm.
It's really cool how it's like almost a cocktail base. It's got to be a fruity cocktail base, I think, but
Yeah.
like to make almost any kind of fruity cocktail
Yeah, you can.
with it,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, so I was gonna bring up some new beers that were coming out from River Road. So we talked about the Pills Pack already, which huge project. Like
Mhm.
how much work goes into connecting with these breweries, designing the beers, executing the beers, doing artwork, getting cans printed, creating the box, getting boxes printed, packaging the beer,
Mhm.
put it all
Bringing it to
together,
market.
bringing it to market.
Doing PR and marketing and all that. It's big. It's a big job to do one beer,
Yeah,
but then you do 4 beers in one, and then the pressure is on a little bit, right? Because you don't want
everything has to hit.
Yeah, you mess one up or something goes wrong, and
Yeah,
you don't want to ever think that can happen, but it can happen.
for sure. For sure it can.
Yeah.
So yeah, Pills Pack's coming, and then some other beers in the pipeline coming out of River Road is we're bringing, for those who remember last year is the first time we did it, was Nectarous. Kind of a little bit of a Halloween themed Nectarous, but it's a black Nectarous with 3 dark fruits. So we got blackberries, raspberries, and black currants. That's coming out in the next couple of weeks. I can't remember the exact date.
Mhm.
Sometime early October, mid-October, and then also a classic Four Winds favorite that hasn't been packaged in a long time, Pomona.
Yeah, nice.
So Pomona was one of the first like mixed culture fruit beers we ever did. Essentially, we brewed traditional wheat beer, lacto fermentation, and then we conditioned it with Brett C to give it a little bit of a tropical fruitiness. And then we purchased nectarines and apricots from a farmer in Carameas. We added those like almost whole fruit to a fruiter. We cut them in half. We wanted the pit in there as well, and we let that condition till around Christmas time when we package it up. So that's exactly where we are now. The beer is tasting really cool. We're gonna can it in the next month or so.
Yeah.
We did can Pomona, but it's been a while. It's been a few years, and we're super excited about that. So Stone Fruit Sour, one of my favorite beers we've done. So it's really cool to bring that back.
Yeah. Absolutely.
What
And
else we got?
in terms of for between now and the end of the year, I think there might be a collab with Daggerad potentially.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a collab. It's just
Yeah.
whether or not it's been aging for some time. And
So yeah, there is a collab with Daggerad that we're waiting on. So it's an orange wine inspired beer. So Saison d'Orange. And we're waiting from a winery to press some skins, and we're going to try to get some orange wine skins from them, which probably is happening in a couple days. So yeah, hopefully
nice.
that happens.
And there might be 1 or 2 other things in there that we can't think of at the moment, but there's a lot going on, and you know what? I think 2026. We're looking at getting more organized than ever and pulling together a really exciting lineup of limited beers between Beach House and River Road. There's going to be a whole plethora of interesting beers coming out in 2026 as well.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, the other beer that's getting brewed this week, but it'll be ready around Christmas, is Nectarous.
That's the one I was thinking at the back of my head, yeah. So we got a nice, beautiful stout.
So historically we've made Boreas. This year we decided to kind of make the same beer, but we're going to go without bourbon. We're going to try to make this beer straight up stout. We want the beer to shine as it is. We made some adjustments to the recipe, and the idea is we're going a little old school. It's like Russian Imperial Stout. And we're really excited about that.
Nice. Yeah, it'll be cool to see that one in its like truest form without putting it into barrels. Although we love Boreas, I think we want to see what it's like in this way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, thank you for joining us. It's been a great tasting session. We've had some fun beers, and we've crushed 5 in a short period of time. So, cheers, Brent.
Cheers.
Cheers to you all, and thanks
Cheers,
for being
y'all.
a part of this with us. We really appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.